Hi, Melissa and Sarah and Cornelia.
Hello.
Can you guys see me?
Yeah.
Okay. I can't see me, so.
I don't see Sarah Hubble.
Oh, no, I don't see Sarah. I'm sorry.
That's what I was, yeah. Okay.
I think maybe your camera's not on.
Let's just see here.
I love your glasses, Melissa.
Thank you.
There we go.
Warby Parker.
I'm sitting on my couch and with a blanket.
Yep, that's the spirit. That is the whole point of Zoom as far as I can tell. Hey, Cornelia's here too. Cornelia, I think.
Hold on, I can't hear anything.
Okay.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, there, I can hear now.
I'm not sure if you can see me because I've got like a little camera sign, so.
Yeah, that's what it looks like you don't have a webcam hooked up or something, but it should be.
Usually it works. I think I signed up with the browser and not with Zoom directly or something.
Oh, I see. Okay, cool. So this is so exciting. This is our first online therapist and coach connection hour.
Yay.
I know. It's so
great.
Yeah, I think we may alternate a little bit. I like having the in-person events because it's just really nice to be able to meet people, but nice for people to be able to come from slightly more outside the city too, without it being such a big to get there. So in like 1 minute, we'll be at 11 o'clock and then we'll chat a little amongst ourselves. And then Melissa, I think we'll do just like maybe fewer than certainly by 11:15 you'll be talking.
Okay, no problem. I have a presentation. It'll be like 20 minutes. If you want to change me over to panelists, and then I can share it. And
yeah, I will absolutely do that.
Whenever you're ready. And
I'm gonna go ahead and make you a co-host too. So yes, you are now a co-host. So you can, when the time comes, you can share and
cool.
Yeah, and then I figure we'll have time at the end for some questions. But if you want to send me, I have things I'm going to say about you, but if there's anything you want me to be for sure say to everybody, just you drop it in the chat.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm sure you're
Oh, there's Cornelia. Oh, now you're on here twice. And Barbara Brown, I'm sure she's making her way in. She's used Zoom many times. Joanna, hello. I'm sure she's working to get her. Hi. I love seeing people's houses. That's the best thing about Zoom is it's like, ooh, look at that picture on Sarah's wall.
I'm actually in my office, so there's my.
Oh, that's pretty.
That is pretty. Joanna's in
I'm in my kitchen.
Yeah. My kitchen's back there too, so. Okay, so here we are. Like, I'm not going to worry too much about people tend to wander in, and I'd rather that we just spend the time kind of getting to know each other rather than waiting around, basically. So I'm Amanda Kroll. I am the, what am I? I guess I'm the organizer of the Therapist and Coach Connection Hour. We've been doing this now officially. This is 1 year of the Therapist and Coach Connection Hour, which is amazing. Hi, Landis. And so these are monthly therapist and coach, just sort of networking events. I talk probably every third about something about growing your practice. And then the others are people like Melissa or Nick, who was on last month, or anybody with an area of expertise that we all can just benefit from if we hear from each other. In August, Ramona Cedino, who is an amazing accountant. She's sort of my CFO for my business. She also does all my taxes and stuff. So we're going to be talking next month. And we have had therapists and coaches come to talk about their specific area of expertise too. We had someone come to talk to us in Domestic Violence Awareness Month about how to know that somebody might be going through domestic violence. So if there is anybody on here who's like, oh, I want to talk about my specific area of expertise, that's definitely something. Now that you're in the family, certainly feel free to let me know if there's something of interest. We always start with some networking, of course, and we like to call it guided networking, because sometimes networking part is the worst part of a networking event, right? You're like, I want to come and hear the person talking, but if I could just go in under an invisibility cloak and pull it off right when the person starts talking, that would be best. But that doesn't really serve your business very much. So we're talking today about search engine optimization. And one of the interesting things about SEO is that it works best when you have a niche, when you want to be known for something very specific. So what I'm going to do is we're going to put you on the wheel of networking. It's kind of like the wheel of fate. And I'm going to just randomly put you into breakout rooms. There should be like 2 people to a breakout room. And I want you to just answer the question to each other. So it's a great way to get at what, if you don't already have a strong niche, like what your niche might be. Which is, whose problems will you never stop wanting to advocate for? Right? So who do you get just fired up about helping? Who do you sit around telling other people how much those people need help? So what I'm going to do right now, we're here, it's about 12:03. I'm going to go ahead and put you into your breakout rooms, and you'll be in there with whoever you're in there with. In about 4 minutes, I'll pull you out of your breakout rooms and put you back into another one. Remember that the purpose of this is just to get to know somebody who's fun, somebody who knows things that you don't know, someone who could be a partner, referral partner, or a partner to do workshops with, or like Melissa and I like do a lot of stuff together. Having women passionate about helping other people and women in your very close circle of professional people is one of the fastest ways to grow your business. So I'm going to put you in breakout rooms. I'm going to assign you, there are 7 of us. I see one person's there with Landis, so you guys are going to be in a room, be in a room of 3, I guess.
Yeah, sorry about that. We planned to go together, and then we didn't realize it was virtual. So don't want to make an event.
Well, that is fine. I think it's great. You get that. Whoever's in a room with you gets an extra bonus. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we'll do 4 rooms, and you may have somebody thrown in there who shows up late. So I'll see you all in about 4 minutes. Remember, who do you never stop wanting to advocate for? Here we go. Hi, Cornelia.
Are we the room?
We are. You and I are the room. Yep.
Okay.
Tell me who you are, what you're doing.
My name is Cornelia. I have attended one of your workshops way back at the Brooklyn Granary.
No way! Hello, gosh, it's great to see you again.
Yes, great. So my background is I used to have a very corporate career and an executive coach, change management, big thing. And I moved to America and I'm pursuing psychoanalytic training to become really a psychoanalyst. And this, is dragging and dragging and dragging. And I am now, and this is why I'm sort of like reconnecting with your whole network thing. I am doing hypnosis. And I am training with Mount Sinai to do hypnosis for cancer patients, mostly pre-surgery and as a sort of accompanying treatment, because that's just like, making any kind of treatment like 60% more effective, including calming down the surgeons. if people go into hypnosis and unconsciously are very okay with these horrific invasions that's happening on them. So this is sort of like a little sideline I'm doing for once down the road I'm ever going to be licensed psychoanalyst. And I want to build a whole business around that area.
Wow.
Which will be complementary to my practice. At one point now I'm sort of like doing it really on the side because my institute is probably, might be using that against me. So I keep it very separate. So that's why I reconnected with what you did back then in the workshop, and I plan to be very more active. Because so far, patients I would recruit would have to be seen through the institute, and I only can see so many patients there. So this will be sideline business, but complementary to what I'm doing anyway.
And who would that be with? The people at the institute are the people who are cancer patients. Who are you hoping to work with outside?
Cancer. The whole cancer patient hypnosis thing is totally outside of my educational.
Oh, okay. So the institute where you work is not the cancer patient part. The cancer patient part is
no, not at all.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's totally outside.
Wow. Okay, so the people you never stop advocating for are cancer patients who are trying to boost the efficacy of the services they're receiving.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, wow. That's important.
Yeah, and it's very effective and it's very cost effective, and you can spare yourself a lot of problems.
Yeah.
If your unconscious is not like rebelling against these horrific intrusions, cutting up and chopping up parts of your bodies and what have you.
Yeah. Wow. That's amazing. So
I'm trying to build up, like a whole website, SEO, contact. I already have like contact with the cancer house and specific doctors who work. So I'm slowly getting in there, but I need to have like a web page at one point and all that kind of stuff.
Wow. That's amazing. Wow. Well, we'll have to make sure that we do a quick loop around so that everybody knows what you're up to, because I'm sure that everybody will want to be able to refer people to you. So I'm going to return to the main session because we're going to mix up the groups again. So you'll be with somebody else in just a few minutes. Hi, Julie.
Hi.
Hey, people are in breakout rooms, but they'll be here in just a hot second, and then we'll put you in one too.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I was finishing up with initial consult call.
That's okay. Yeah, no problem. I mean, it was just the first. We're going to do one more round of like chit chat. So get ready.
Okay.
Here they all come back, and then we'll put everybody into another room for just another 5 minutes.
Okay, let me just close my sheet. Oh, now I'm very dark.
Okay, I think we're back.
We're back. Yay. Right. Very cool. We're going to do one more quick round because I don't know about you, but I was fascinated about what I heard in that room. So we're going to put you in one more room. And then when we come back, what we're going to do, so I want you to prepare for this because you get 30 seconds to just quickly say who you are after having talked about it. So like I would say, I'm Amanda Kroll. I help coaches and therapists grow their practice so they can make more money. That's the length we're looking for. So while you're chit-chatting with people, get prepared for that. So one more round of breakout rooms, and then with the weight that you are sitting through will be no longer, and we will hear from Melissa. Here we go. I'm going to put you in. Let me just make sure Julie's in here. Julie. All right. Just making sure, Joanna and Landis, were you guys together?
We were.
Time? All right, so I'm gonna have to exchange.
I mean, we can continue talking. It's fine.
Oh, no, that's not allowed. Nope, not happening. Okay, so I think exchange with Landis, and then I gotta find out where. Julie, are you here, right?
Yep, I'm here.
All right, so I'm gonna place you in with Landis in just a minute. Assign to breakout room 4. Hello.
Hi, sorry.
That's okay. Everybody's in breakout rooms right now, just chit-chatting. So when they come back, we can chit-chat now, and then whenever they come back, we'll just dive right in.
Okay, sounds good. I had sort of a emergency letter I had to write for the DOE.
I understand. No
I figured I have the time. I can skip the breakout rooms chit-chat and still make it for the content.
Yes, very cool. So Beth, tell me about yourself a little bit. We have about 3 minutes.
Okay. Well, so for many years, I ran, I don't know, it sort of masqueraded as a group practice, but it was really me and then a few people I pulled in occasionally. And it was a different era. And I was well known, and it's been years really since I had to deal with looking for referrals. And I also, at that point, pretty successfully did my own SEO and my own Google AdWords and everything.
Yeah.
Now it seems like it's all gotten a lot more technical. Now I have a real group practice as opposed to a pretend group practice with a different name. And, I'm the founder and the owner and the executive director. And so we've been around for a couple of years, but now I've added a lot of staff, so I need to really bump up my whole game.
Okay.
And I'm still doing some tweaking on my website and stuff, but it seems like now the whole SEO and Google AdWords and all that has gotten much more complicated.
Yeah.
So I thought, I should take this because I have a assistant, an office manager whose background is in marketing. And so she already knows a fair amount about it, but I want to be sure that I know at least as much as she does.
Yeah, absolutely.
And maybe some different things. And she's done some things to improve the SEO already, and it's worked. We're appearing further up in the listings. But, it's been I've been a private practitioner. I'm a psychologist. I've been a private and I do a lot of neuropsych testing as well as individual therapy and run groups. I've been in the same, I live in New York City, so to talk about a community sounds silly, but there are. And so it's been years since I've had to deal with marketing myself because my practice just filled. I've had a full practice for years without doing anything. But now with a group, that's a whole different thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's sort of where I'm at. I'm sort of a weird combination of newbie and old timer.
Yeah. Well, I think Melissa's a great person to help sort of demystify and make actionable this. So I think that
Good.
Yeah.
You're going to see me move it around because I just got a message that my computer's going to die if I don't plug it in. So I'm getting the plug, etc.
No problem. People will be hopping back into the room here in just a second.
Okay, good. Then I'll be ready to listen, especially if I could find where the plug is. Oh, the plug is already plugged in.
So you're going to be asked to do like a 1 to 2 sentence, like literally, I work with this service to sort out that problem. We're going to do a very brief whip around on those before we dive in.
Okay, I need to figure out why my charger isn't charging. That is a problem. Well, if I go dead, I'll call back on my phone.
Yeah, sure. Here they come.
Thank you.
Hello again.
All right. Everybody's smiling. That's a good sign. All right. So we've been joined by Beth, who is a charger. She's wandering around in her house there.
My
So
charger
we're going to do a very brief whip around. Everybody knows how to mute and unmute themselves, right?
No.
It helps, especially once Melissa starts talking, it will be helpful for all of us to mute ourselves. Because even if you think it's pretty quiet at your house, sometimes like your air conditioner can just hit Zoom and make it feel really loud. So I will be muting people if I see that you aren't muted. But for this will be our practice round. So everybody mute yourself.
I don't know how, but I'm also about
down in the lower left-hand corner, it says mute and then stop video.
Oh, so
there you go. She did it. Okay, so we're all muted, except for Cornelia.
Yeah, it's, I switched from the laptop to my cell phone, and for some reason I can't find the mute button, and I'm afraid
it's hard.
If you mute me, it's good.
Yeah, and to get to it, you swipe left, and there's a big yellow button that says tap to talk. So I'm going to mute you now, and when you're ready, that's how you're going to unmute. Actually, Cornelia, go first, and then I'll mute you.
Okay, so what is it, like the 30-second thing?
Not even really 30 seconds. The shortest you can make it, but tell us who you are passionate about.
Okay, I'm passionate to help cancer patients to have the best surgery and doing this with hypnosis.
Yeah, that's so fascinating to me. I can't wait to talk to you more about that. All right, so I'm just going to call people out. Joanna, why don't you unmute and tell us what's up?
Hi, everyone. I'm Joanna. I'm a style coach in New York City, and I help people move forward with their life goals just by changing what they wear.
Wow, that's cool and different. Did you meet Landis? Were you guys paired?
Oh, yeah.
Good. Okay, good. Fabulous. That's a good connection for you. Okay. Landis, why don't you tell us who you are and also your friend?
So I'm Landis. I am passionate about helping people who are getting married, specifically brides, have the most wonderful wedding planning experience without letting stress get in the way.
Love it.
Hi, everybody. I'm Stephanie Rojas, and I'm a mental health counselor, and I am passionate about helping individuals. Currently, I'm really working with a lot of adolescents and young adults. So just overcoming any mental health issues on any spectrum, and just being able to overcome whatever stresses they're coming with, and getting better.
Okay, awesome. Very good. Stephanie Rojas, there was Landis. Barbara, how about you?
Hello, everyone. I'm Barbara Brown, and I help mature job seekers as well as new job seekers who are just graduating from college find new jobs and new careers.
Mm-hmm. And she's very, very good at resumes. One of the best I've seen.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right, Sarah Hubble, you are up.
There we go. I'm actually in Traverse City, Michigan.
Yeah.
And I'm a mental health therapist. I work with primarily age 10 to young adult. I specialize in trauma, but a lot of times they come in with anxiety and depression, and then I kind of, through discussion, discover what their trauma was that has gotten them to the depression or anxiety. So.
Very nice. Thank you.
Yep.
Julie Monterulli. Oh, you're muted. You're muted.
Hi, there we go. I'm Julie. I'm an LCSW, and I am passionate about helping women who are full-time moms and full-time employees who have it all, or so they think, and then something shifts, they go through a crisis, and I love working with them to help get them back, kind of reset their equilibrium and really feel better and do better and be great and awesome than they were before.
Yeah, very cool. Very nice. Let's hear from Jill Cohen, who's called admin on her screen.
Yeah. Is that good?
Yep. You're good.
Okay. I'm Jill Cohen, a family grief counselor in New York City, and I'm passionate about helping children and adults find their new normal and work through the processing of grief, which they've never been taught how to do.
Mm-hmm. Yes. An amazing grief counselor, for sure. And one of the nation's foremost experts on grief. She is who the New York Times and the Huffington Post and Bravo TV call when they're like, help us understand celebrity grief and that kind of stuff. So we're lucky to have you. And then Beth. Okay, I'm going to unmute
Yeah,
you.
there. I unmuted.
You did it.
Yeah,
Nice.
it just took me a second.
No
So
problem.
I'm Beth King. I'm a clinical psychologist, and I own a group practice in New York City that specializes in working with children and families with trauma or complex learning problems. So we offer everything from pretty sophisticated neuropsych evaluations, individual therapy, including play therapy and sand tray therapy, groups, DBT groups, and individual for children and adults. And I'm trying to grow my referral base for my group.
Yeah. Okay. Well, this is great. I'm getting the sense that Jill and Beth should connect. I think there's Jill does amazing work with grieving children. So
that would be great.
That's something that comes across your plate now and then. All right. Well, this is great. So I am going to introduce Melissa McGraw just by basically telling you what amazing magic she has done for me since we started working together. And then I'll be brief so that we can get to her actual knowledge. So Melissa and I started working together about a year ago when I was trying to figure out why I never got any traffic ever to my website. Never, none. And so she did an evaluation on my website and came back and said, well, makes sense to me. There was like some kind of a blockage from Google, and she's like, that's part of it. So Google was not crawling my website, which is something you need to know, right? Because you're never going to get any organic traffic to your website if Google's not crawling it. But that's not all. You know, she also helped me really realize how I was positioning myself, and then helped me put little Easter eggs all over my website so that that positioning could be found and recognized by the search engines. And she has made it so, I mean, I credit her entirely with this because the website's the same as it was before, but it's gone from almost no traffic to about 1,000 to 2,000 organic search results a month, which is amazing. I'm at the place now where my practice is full, and what I'm trying to do is sort of establish thought leadership. And at that point, there's 2 points in your business where you really better have some organic search. And one is when you're brand new and trying to get your first clients, and the other is when you're trying to sort of become an expert in a space. And she's really proven to me that she's great at doing both of those things, which I think is a fucking miracle. Plus, she is a lovely human being, which you will soon discover. All of my clients work with her, almost all. If they don't yet, they will soon. So I think that you will also feel inclined to do so. But Melissa, I'm going to turn it over to you so that you can share with us. You are co-host, so if you want to share your screen.
Great. Thank you so much, Amanda. I'm so happy to be here, and it's been a pleasure working with you for the past year. And some of you, I may have recognized your photos. I'm also working with Alyssa Petersill from My Wellbeing. So I just SEO-fied her site, and many of your photos look familiar. So I SEO-fied your profiles and your images. So some of you do look familiar. I'm gonna share my presentation here. Let's see if this works. Okay, can everyone see that? Okay, okay. All right, let me just go to the slideshow. Okay. So I'm going to be talking about in 20 minutes, hopefully won't go over here, about getting your website found online. So raise your hand for me. I can see you here. How many of you have a website? Okay, all of you, great, yay. That's the first step of getting found online. And that's what I do. I help entrepreneurs, no matter if they have service-based businesses like yourself or product-based businesses, get found online, AKA Google. Okay, because Google is about 93% of search these days. So I'm going to just reference Google for now. All right, so let's get started here. Now, this is not meant to scare you in any way. These are technical numbers. 1.7 billion websites last year in 2018. Okay, it's about 1.9 billion websites in 2019. That's what's expected. And you're probably saying, Melissa, why are you even sharing this with me? Are you trying to scare me? My website is one of 1.9 billion. No, there's a lot of opportunity out there. But just because there's a lot of websites out there, you have to do everything that you can to get your site found online. Just because you had a launch party for your new website last week, Google doesn't know that you exist at all. You have to do everything or hire someone like myself to help get your site found online. So you can just see some of these techie numbers here. I'm not going to try to implode your brain with SEO tech talk here. I'm going to try to keep it as simple as possible. There's 6.7 billion search queries on Google a day. That's for looking for your type of business even. And the amount of internet users are 3.4 billion. And even thinking about mobile search, that's about 70% of search now for 2019 alone. So you have to think about your website. Is it mobile optimized? There's a lot of things that go into SEO. I'm not going to go into all of them in 20 minutes, that's for sure. You'll probably be like, oh my goodness. Okay. So you're right place talking about SEO, and I'm talking to you today if you are exploding with passion and wholeheartedly believe in what you do, but this techie SEO stuff just ain't your thing. I have a lot of clients say, Melissa, SEO makes me want to vomit. I don't want to do anything with it. You have to help me here, but I know I need to have it. You're in the right place if you absolutely understand the power of great messaging and well-written copy to connect and convert, but don't know where to begin. And you're eager to dive in, learn, and take action as long as you have a process that you can trust. So the formulas I'm teaching you today are based on experience, not theory. I'm not about smoke and mirrors. I've been in this industry for a while. You will learn something today for sure that will shift the way you think about getting your website found online. And I'm here to give you as much value as I possibly can in 20 minutes or less. So I'm going to be talking about the 3 must-have SEO tactics to get your business found online, get more clients, grow your traffic, and make more sales. So have we met? Some of you I have met. Some of them I've seen your pictures, but we haven't met personally. I'm Melissa McGraw. I'm an SEO consultant and strategist. From New York City. I just recently moved to Saratoga Springs, New York, about 5 months ago in the dead of winter. Probably not the smartest idea, but I did. And I was in the New York City fashion industry for 23 years. I was vice president of sales, launched Gwen Stefani's Harajuku Lover and Lamb handbags. I don't know if you remember that brand. Worked for Calvin Klein. So that was my past history. But in 2009, I started working in e-commerce and SEO and started working with Amazon. So Amazon is one of my clients today. I've written over 100,000 product listings, SEO-ified, that are sold on Amazon today. And we still continue to work together on products that are sold in Amazon US, Canada, and Mexico. That business is kind of running on autopilot, and I'm able to take on private clients. Like Amanda was one of my first private clients last year. And now it's really developed, and I'm learning so much about different industries, which I love. It wasn't just about the fashion industry bubble that I was in. Now I'm learning about mindset coaches, life coaches, learning from all of you and how it can apply to my own life. So I love helping other businesses, especially women entrepreneurs, get their businesses found online, because you've spent a lot of money and a lot of time building a pretty website. Now it's time to get found online. So let's get started. Does this sound like you? My website looks great, but why aren't clients calling me? So, okay, I'm all over social media, but I have no one buying my services. And my website is chock full of information, but why don't I have any traffic? I'm sure, have any of you ever sent any of these before to yourself? Like, what's going on here? Okay, I see most of your hands are raised. So here's what you're going to learn today: why you need to be doing keyword research. And if you don't know what keywords are, I'm going to explain a little bit about what they are and why you need them. How to optimize your pages, images, and URLs so Google can start to find your website. I'm not going to get all into the techie details, but I'm going to explain a little bit about what's going on and maybe have you realize some of the mistakes that you might have been making. And then how to get your business found locally. Very, very important. If you have a local-based business, like you're in New York City, you're trying to find clients in New York City, something that you can do for free. All right, so what is SEO and why does it matter? You may have seen this periodic table in chemistry class, high school, college. I never thought I'd be sharing this again on my end, but you guys, I'm sure, have seen it. But this is like the SEO periodic table of what you need to do in SEO. It's a little scary, but there's a lot of different components that go into SEO, like keywords, research, the crawlability. Amanda mentioned, why is Google not crawling your website? Maybe it's super slow because you uploaded an image that's like 10 million megabytes. You didn't realize, it's all of those factors go into why Google is recommending your site versus someone else in search engine results. I'm not going to go through all this today. This is real overload, but I'm going to go through a few of these. So what is SEO? So it is simply the act of acquiring organic traffic from search engines to any of the digital assets that you own, your website, ebook, course, etc. Google has to find it somehow. So if I only had 30 seconds to tell you how it works, well, with organic search, Google is looking at how relevant your pages are or your posts are. So it's all the stuff that we do on our pages or posts to make them more relevant for users and search engines, okay? You're increasing authority, and this has a lot to do with how search engine results are done. All of the things we do outside of our page or post in order to let search engines know that our site and our business is trustworthy and useful to users. So things like links, views, sales, favorites, etc. is all part of increasing authority in Google's mind. And then the technical optimization, how to get found online. That's all the behind the scenes engineering that SEO pros like myself do to make it easier for search engines to find a website. So that's kind of what SEO is here. So SEO is not paying for traffic. And I'm sorry, I have like painters outside here. So if it's loud, just let me know, just raise your hand. Sorry about that. SEO is not paying for traffic. So you might have heard about paid traffic. That's Google AdWords. I do help clients with that. That's called pay-per-click advertising. You are paying for keywords. So if you're a grief counselor in New York City, you're paying for those keywords. SEO is not a scam. It's not shady or against Google's terms of service. It's not that fast. I'm going to be honest with you. It's not that fast at all. SEO, the organic portion, takes some time to get started and for Google to come over to your site and what we call index your site. Take a snapshot of your site so it can refer someone that's making a query and it matches to what you have on your site. And SEO is just not for Google anymore. It's about Pinterest. Pinterest is a search engine, and a lot of people are getting traffic via Pinterest. People are searching for search terms on Pinterest. So there's a lot of ways that you can use SEO, not just on your website. So this is how Google works. I typed into Google therapist in NYC, and on the top of the search engine results here, you have the paid ads, and that's what you're usually going to see, paid ads for therapists in NYC. These companies are paying for it. Here, this is called the local map pack. So this is very important, and I'll explain a little bit more why you need to have, it's called Google My Business Listing. I'll be showing you that, why you can come up in this search here. And then this is called the organic search. You see it probably the bottom fold of the search engine results and below. So this is what's coming up on Google now. And so 75% of clicks go to the top 5 results. So users have really stopped going, and I fully admit I probably don't go past the first 2 pages of Google search results. People have stopped going to page 2, page 3, page 4. They're going through the top 5 results of a Google search result page. And if they don't find what they're looking for, it's called query refinement. They're going to search something else because they're not finding what they're looking for. So they're adding a word, removing a word, pluralizing it, changing their search. So I'm going to be honest, if you're not on the first page of Google, even in the top 5 results, you're losing traffic, you are losing your sales to your competition, etc. So it's really something to think about now. It's very, very competitive, but you have to do whatever you can do to get your site found, especially on, hopefully, the first page of Google. So let's talk a little bit about keyword research strategy. And a question here that I ask my clients, and I'm going to tell you 90% of them don't know how to answer this to me. Okay. If I wanted to search Google to find your business, what would I type into the search box? And most say, oh, you know, I'm a business strategist. And then I take a look and business strategist is nowhere on their website. So if you're a business strategist and you want to be known for being a business strategist and it's nowhere on your site, chances are it's not going to come up in Google. It's not going to refer your site for being a business strategist. So you have to start thinking about how people would search for your type of business. And this is what keywords research does. So anytime you type a word or phrase into a search box on Google, you're using keywords to find relative images, videos, or information. And a keyword just doesn't have to be one word, like SEO. A keyword can be a key phrase. It can be very, very specific. How do I get my website found online? And that's how people are searching very, very specifically for a topic that they're looking for. Jill, I know we talked about this in the past. I lost my parent. I don't know what to do. I need some help. That's how people were searching. And you have to have a variation of more technical terms, like in example, Jill, grief counselor, and then also very specific. And that's what most entrepreneurs forget to utilize in their website and thinking like a customer or a client would to find them. So When it comes to SEO, keywords have a specific important purpose. They tell a search engine like Google exactly what you're looking for. And then the search engine then queries its Google database to try to deliver the most relevant web page to a user. And that's what we call indexing. So it's by placing these keywords in your content, your images. I'm going to explain a little bit where you put them. You will tell Google what those pages or posts are all about. And it's not just about stuffing your content to have just keywords where it's not relative to your business or it has to make sense. So you want to get inside your client's, ideal client's head to say what you mean. Again, write them down. You can write a series of keywords of how people would search for your type of business. It's if they didn't know that you already existed, how are you helping them? Why do they even need you? So these are going to be your keywords and your key phrases. Now, you may say like, oh, this is what I want to be known for, but will they find what they are looking for on your site? At a client say, you know, I'm not ranking for my name. Well, your name's nowhere on your site at all. It's not your URL. That's not the name of your site. So you're not going to be found for your name if your name's not there, or even if your first name's not there, your full name's not going to be. People are not going to be able to find you. So they have to be, and Google, it's very important. And Google just did an update the first week of June that it affected a lot of sites. They are trying to create the best user experience possible. So they only want to refer relative content for what someone is searching for. So someone does not have a bad user experience. So how do you create these keywords? Well, again, it's about what you do, where you do it, and who you do it for. So why someone would need your services? Are they searching how to have less stress in my life? How can I stop overeating? Why am I always burned out? What are your services? What benefits are you providing someone, and what would they be searching? And your keywords also should have some type, especially from a local SEO perspective, of geographic location. And I'll show you here, like therapist NYC, grief therapy, New York City, mindset coach, New York. See all the different variations. NYC therapist. This is how people are searching. Where can I find a therapist in NYC? Do I need a therapist? Best therapists in NYC. There's so many different variations, but people are searching on them, and you want to have as many as possible throughout your website. Now, free way to do it, just type in therapist in NYC before you hit the return button on your desktop, your laptop. Different variations will pop up. This is what people are also searching for in relation to therapists in NYC. Therapist Brooklyn, people are searching for Therapist Brooklyn. Obviously, if it only applies to you, if you're Therapist Brooklyn. Therapist NYC United Healthcare. This is what people are searching for. Again, more health insurance related questions. Best CPT therapist NYC, psychotherapist NYC, Black therapist NYC, best family therapist NYC, and therapist NYC Cigna. So some might relate to your business. Again, these are just some free options. Like, oh, okay, these are variations of what people are also looking for. Now, if you're hit the return button and take a look down at the very bottom of the page, these are some also what's called related search queries. This is what people are also, and some are the same. Maybe one changed here, therapist NYC Cigna, but there's some also related search queries that you might get some additional keywords here based on your topic. So you want to think about your website goal. Why are people coming to your site? Are they booking a free session? Are they having a consultation call with you, etc.? This is just a chart, for example, if you are having a workshop, you wanted more class signups here. The visitor goal is how to use Photoshop. So people might be searching for Photoshop online classes, Adobe Photoshop workshop, Photoshop course Chicago, learn Adobe Photoshop online. You kind of get the variations of what people might be searching for. You have to think about what's the end goal, why are you bringing people to your site. So before I go back to some of the keywords, there are some free tools. If you just search for free keyword tool to help you find variations, there's a lot out there. There's one, and it's a funny name. It's called Keyword Shitter. Okay, that's the name of it. I didn't come up with it. And you just put in, for example, and it looks like the site looks very bare bones. It looks a little, but it's great. It comes up, it's almost like a brain dump of keywords related. If I put therapists in, it will just come up with all different related type of keywords for what you're looking for, what you want to be known for. There's keysearch.io, keywords everywhere. It's like on your Google browser. There's a lot of different free keyword tools that can help you come up with a lot of these keyword and key phrases. So where should you put these keywords? In your page titles, really important. Your page descriptions. Your page URLs have to make sense. I'm going to show you they should be human readable, and most websites now have that. Image file names, and this is where most entrepreneurs have a problem, is we upload our images into our website, no matter if you have WordPress, Squarespace, Shopify, whatever it may be, Wix, Weebly, doesn't matter. You want to name it with your keywords. Instead of having it named image123.jpg or abcdefg.jpg, that does not help you in search. You don't want to be known for that. You want to be known for Brooklyn therapist or grief counselor and New York City. And you put hyphens between each keyword. And you upload your photos with that information. That helps in search. Google doesn't know that's a picture of a cute puppy. You have to tell Google what that picture is. And this is where most entrepreneurs do not do. Also, page content headings, blog posts, and meta descriptions. Okay, meta descriptions are 155 characters or less. Telling Google what that page or post is all about. So you can see an example here. This is therapistnyc.com. It's very, very specific. There's Jean Fitzpatrick has helped couples as a marriage counselor and individual therapist in Midtown Manhattan and Westchester, New York. Very, very specific. I'm so sorry. I have someone scraping the side of my wall here, so I apologize. I didn't know that was happening at this time. Okay, so alt text here. Alt text is a field, especially in WordPress, that most entrepreneurs forget about in the media library. And Amanda, this is an example of yours. You had uploaded this to your site. We had to change the title here. This was the name of the title at first, but we changed it, okay? And then the alt text is another field to tell Google, hey, this is another keyword that we could use. This is fear of networking in large groups, because this was where it lived. It lived on a blog post about networking, etc. And this is one of the keywords that people are looking for or typing into Google, fear of networking in large groups. So anytime you have that alt text, it's coming up therapists in NYC. For example, if you have that alt text in your photos or anywhere, if you named your photo, you will also come up in image search. And very, very important. You can come up in image search a lot faster and using images and video rather than plain content. Really, really important.
I'm just going to interrupt you for a second just to let you know, just like 5 more minutes, so we have a little bit of time at the end.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep, I'm going to wrap this up here.
Okay.
So when you're thinking about your page titles, you want to keep it under 70 characters or less. Really important, otherwise it's going to get cut off from Google. And people are looking at the titles on search engine results, so it has to make sense. You want to make sure they're human readable. Most websites are making your URLs human readable. If you can change them a little bit to include keywords, do that. I'm gonna kind of go over this now, but images and video, like I just mentioned, really, really important to have in your content and finding it on search results. Third point here, local SEO. This is a Google My Business listing, okay? So if you type in Jean Fitzpatrick, therapist, this is gonna come up on the right-hand side of Google results. So it is a quick snapshot into your business, your website, your address, your hours, your phone number. If you have a link to your appointments or your calendar, you can put it right here. A lot of my clients get business from this. Reviews here, a little bit about your business, and also your social profiles. Really, really great free tool for now. Google's going to start charging for it. So get, all you have to do is Google My Business, Google My Business, and sign up, completely free. So for example, here, it was questions and answers, and sometimes people will put in questions related to that business. Sometimes they don't make sense. Like, do I have to be married to be service marriage counseling? It doesn't, you don't have to answer that. But you have an opportunity to answer some of these questions, of course, if they make sense. Do you take United Healthcare and Cigna? How much per session? And you can always answer these type of questions. Also, post. If you are writing blog posts, you can also attach your blog post to this listing. So it's just another way of people getting over to your site, learning more information about you, and gaining credibility about your services and your business. So this is Google My Business right here. This is what it looks like, the dashboard. Again, you can add the reviews, info, all that stuff that I just showed you. They will send you a postcard to verify your address just to make sure you are legit. And Amanda, I think we have to re-verify yours. That's what I was looking at. You will get this postcard via the snail mail, and then you verify your account. So it's a great way to come up in that map of search engine results. So just to recap, you learned a little bit about how to optimize your pages and post, utilize keywords, and SEO. Just a little bit, if you want some more techie stuff, I'm happy to help you there. If you want to grab your guide to get on the first page of Google, you can grab my free guide, Get My Site on Page 1. It's bit.ly, Get My Site on Page 1. I can put all this in the comments, etc. If you wanted a free SEO session with me, I have a 30-minute session completely free for you guys. You can talk to me about all things SEO and what's going on with your site. I'm happy to talk with you. I'll put the link there again for you. And I also offer an SEO My Site Now package for those that don't want to do anything regarding SEO. And I take it off your hands. I completely take over your site and optimize your website and get you found by Google. And I stay with you for a while. I just want to make sure that it's working. This is, it has to work for both of us, obviously. So that's what I do with my clients, making sure that there's an increase in organic search on your website. So, and I think that's it. I have a Facebook group, just brand new. If you really want to have all SEO and implode your brain, it's called Getting Found Online with Melissa McGraw. If you go to Facebook, it's called Getting Found Online. I also have Creative Potential, and this is a group with just talking about growing your businesses, all different types of businesses. Find me on Instagram, The Creative Potential, Pinterest, Twitter. And yeah, you can connect with me at thecreativepotential.com or just send me an email, melissa@thecreativepotential.com or hello@thecreativepotential.com. And I think I am done.
All right. Well, thank you, Melissa. That was so informative.
Oh, I hope it wasn't too techy.
No, it wasn't. And I will say, like, Melissa did all of it for me. Because I listened to this and I was like, isn't it interesting to know those things? I don't want to do any of those things.
Yeah.
It's interesting to know those things.
Yeah.
So does anybody have any questions? I think we have 5 minutes. Oh, just in case anybody has to hop off, they have a hard stop. I'm sure Melissa can stay on for a few extra minutes.
Yeah, absolutely.
But just so everyone knows, I'll send an email out through Eventbrite with the link to the recording, so you can watch it again. If you're like, what did she say about that? I totally didn't follow that. And I'm sure Melissa, well, actually, I don't know, Melissa, someone asked, can you send the PowerPoint so we can link to that too?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I'll send that out through Eventbrite. And now, if anybody has any questions, and it can go all the way back to the beginning of like, wait a second, I'm confused about keywords, or it can be like something more specific. So feel free to unmute yourself and ask a question if you have one.
Hi, it's Julie. I just have a quick question about the Google My Business.
Yeah.
So I did that. It works. I got the postcard in the mail. I was shocked. But so can you just talk a little bit more about how it actually comes up on the right-hand side? Like, would they have to actually Google the name of my business, Google just my name, or would a keyword search also result in that coming up?
It's what we call direct search. So it would be the name of your business. If it happens to be your name, that's what would come up in search.
Okay. That's what I thought. I just wasn't sure, because like when I Google it, it obviously comes up because I know what I'm looking for.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it is what we call the direct search, the name of your business. So for example, if you're looking for a restaurant, it's going to Google My Business. And most entrepreneurs don't know about it. And it's a shame. If something might pop up and you haven't verified it yet, and it might even ask a question, do you own this business? Like Google created a mini Google My Business listing because based on search, people searching, but you didn't verify your listing. So that's happened for some of my clients. And it happened in the different cities that they were in. So they realized, oh, wow, I have to really verify my business with Google My Business.
Melissa, if you put in like pizza near me, all the pizza places show up on the map. If you put in therapist near me, is that also driven by Google My Business? So would they pop in?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. And also, my database that I'm working with, the software that I'm working with, you can submit, like, for example, I'm working with some clients submitting it's the Google My Business information to 60 other directories, search directories. So think of City Search, MapQuest, Yelp, for example. If you don't want to be on Yelp, you don't have to choose Yelp. Some clients don't want to be on Yelp, that's fine. But it's these local search directories that we didn't even know about, and I didn't even know about. There's many of them that will help your business found on Google in these search directories.
I have a quick question. You had mentioned you were talking about blog posts.
Yes.
And did you say something about putting your blog posts into your Google My Business?
Yes, you can. It'll say post in Google My Business.
Yeah.
And then you can link some of your blog posts, and it'll say read more, and it heads over to your site or to your blog. Any type of posts. Even if you were having events, you could post an event, etc. Post all your photos of your business, anything. It's a great tool so people can see a little bit more about you.
And then I have one more question.
Yeah.
I had somebody create my website. They already had three website designs, and I was like, yep, I want that one, and I like my website. They also will do like a package SEO, but only for like a few months, and it's like $800. So if I do go with you, and I saw the little thing down there, it was like almost 600 or whatever. I mean, is that over a certain amount of time, or is that like you do that and it stays up? And how does that?
Yeah, what I do, that's a one-time optimization. So I go in on the back end and optimize your website for that price. Granted, if you have a site with 2,000 blog posts, we'll have to talk. I might have to charge you a little bit more because obviously the size of the site and the length of the time that it would take to optimize. But what I do is go in, optimize it, and I stay with the client for at least 6 weeks because it's the optimization. It's coming up with the keyword strategy. It's really important that we're all on the same page. Because, or you might be thinking, oh, now I need to change this page. I need to add a page. I need to, and we'll work together because as you're talking it through, you realize, okay, maybe my site doesn't reflect what I want to get known for. And then I go in with doing all the optimization, the back end part. I'm submitting each page and post to Google. It's called Google Search Console. And telling Google, hey, please come back over if it haven't already been, if you've been, and we need you to re-index the site. And then start watching what's happening from an organic search. So again, I'm with clients for at least 6 weeks. And then I have clients that hire me. I'm on retainer. If they're doing blog posts in the future, or they're launching something, they have a course or a book. Clients that retain me for Google AdWords. So I'm on with them running AdWord campaigns per month. It just depends what you're looking for.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
And I will just say, like, as a client of Melissa's, like the big upfront charge, I think if you were having somebody saying they do SEO for $800 every single month, it definitely wasn't like that. It was like a big upfront, do all the images, and I have a pretty big image heavy site. So, and then I did a thing with her where she did some Google AdWords with me, but also just like, you know, can you just do the blog posts that I write? Can you optimize them over time? And it was all very reasonable. And I have heard many people talk about how people will say that SEO is like $1,000 commitment every month, and it hasn't needed to be for me. That's for sure.
I think because the bulk of it is the initial optimization. And then as you're adding content, fresh content, which usually is a blog, or if you have a podcast, adding a podcast to a page, et cetera, kind of beefing that up with SEO content. But I understand what other people are charging, definitely per month. And I don't necessarily agree with it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Are there any other questions for Melissa? I would encourage all of you, just having a 30-minute conversation with Melissa will continue to change your mind and understanding about things. Like, at least take her up on that. I mean, I'm not like affiliated or anything. I just am really passionate about what she's been able to do for my business. Going from not having any organic search to being searched every single day and showing up. Has made me feel much more in control, especially if you live in an area where there's a lot of therapists and Psychology Today is not working, or if you're a coach and you can't be on Psychology Today, or, you know, it made me feel like there's another avenue to actually getting clients, which was very powerful for me. Let's all unmute and clap for Melissa, because that was hugely helpful.
Thank you. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you for having me. It was a pleasure speaking with you.
For coming. I really think that I really can't get enough of it, because I think it is like such I think there are people who know about SEO, and then the rest of us are like, wait, what? You know?
Exactly. And I do with some of my clients, I'll definitely, if we choose to work together, I will show you what I've done. So you can do it in the future. So you're not left hanging. You're like, what did you just do? Can I do it on my own? For those of you that want to learn, I will definitely show. And then of course I have the clients who are like, no, I don't want to. Yeah. So
I had some alt text to an image the other day, Melissa. So
I'm so proud.
Yep.
Thank you again so much.
Thank you, everybody.
Thanks, Amanda.
No, thank you.
Bring it up, Amanda.
All right. I'll see you next month. Don't forget to come. It's really good to hear from you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
All right. Okay, Melissa, thank you so much. That was really great. So if you send me either the link, it looked like a Google thing. So maybe there's like a direct link, or if you have a PDF or something of it.
Yeah, I can send you a PDF, whatever you choose. Yeah, whatever's easier for you. I'll send that right over to you, and you guys can take a look.
All right.
Absolutely.
I will attach it to and also send me the links. Just send me an email with everything you want me to include in the email.
Okay, great.
Okay.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm sorry for all the background noise. I hope it wasn't so
No,
distracting.
only one time was I like, what's that?
I know. Of course. I'm like, oh no. Thank you.
For sure. Okay.
Thank you.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye. Hello.